Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Spinner Tarot by Trungles. There's a website for them, chroniclebooks.com, if you're interested. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. It is a Hay House product, hayhouse.com. There's an updated website. I don't know what it is, but if you Google Hay House and astrology, or you go into your favorite search engine, you should find them. I know I have a calendar by them. So for some reason I put the tarot cards out already, so I guess we're just gonna roll with that. They're all face down for some reason. Is somebody competing for your attention? Is that normal? Is that normal that people compete for your attention? That's okay. This is like this. It feels like this is a mess, but I don't see that holding you back. Somebody's complaining. Somebody's complaining that you don't do what they want you to do. The Magician here is out of balance on the other side. It's not working. They're trying to make you do something. I don't know. You're one of the signs, like you and Scorpio, probably Taurus and Aquarius too. That's not really gonna fly. Like they're trying to like force you into doing something. It's not gonna work. And I feel like when somebody pushes you like that, and they can push as hard as they want, they can say what they want, but you'll just disconnect from them. You're kind of like, well, there's no getting left out in the cold because I'm breaking the connection. When I feel the Five of Pentacles upside down, it is the 5, right? Yep. And I don't usually read them upside down, but if they show up that way, I roll with it. This is breaking the connection is what I'm getting. Kind of like, you don't need to feel left out in the cold because there's nothing to be left out in the cold with. It's like, I'm not even in town anymore. I went to a whole nother country. Like, bye, we're done. And I feel like somebody might be pushing you, but you're like, you can push all you want. I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm going to go. And this seems to be the better choice for you. Kind of like, I'm not even going to argue about it. You do have the urge to try to work it out. I'm noticing that. But they're giving this as the challenge card. If this other person, whether it be work, whatever category they seem to link up with, if they're not going to give and take, it doesn't matter if you're willing to give and take. You know what I mean? If they're not willing to give and take a little, half and half, fair is fair. If you're willing to do it, but they're not, and they just want, I mean, I don't want to say don't try to negotiate. I just want to say be on point with it. Like, watch it very carefully. If they're willing to give in, at least halfway, you know, you could try, but I'm getting that this energy is not feeling that way. Because I do feel like you're kind of like, I'll work with this. As long as you work with me, I'll work with you. You got these 3 cards trying to work it out. You seem to be really trying to work it out. Like, you know, you're reasonable. You're not going to let somebody else have total control here. You want this to work out. You're trying to do what's fair with the safe home protection. You're trying, is that harmony? That's destiny. Destiny's saying it's going to work out the way it's going to work out. Don't try too hard. Give this person a chance. Tell them if they give halfway, you'll give halfway. But make sure when they define halfway, it's actually halfway. Because I'm getting that's not going to happen. Because I'm getting what's going to happen is it's going to end up, you're just going to be like, we're done. Because I feel like you're going to kind of be like, we're done. And they'll be like, well, you can't go. And I don't know. There's going to be a moment here where you're like, all right, well, let's see if we can meet halfway. And they're like, I'm not going to do halfway. And you're like, well, then I'm not going to be here. Is it the 4? I think this is the 4 of Cups. I believe that's the 4 of Cups. I'm just getting like, you're not really satisfied with this. It's kind of like it didn't have to work out that way. But I also feel like just don't beat yourself into the ground over it. The thing with Leo is you have a lot of energy. And once you're determined to do something, you usually kind of get it to work out. But this energy doesn't feel right to me. It just feels like, you know, this is definitely you give an inch, they take a mile. They don't want to work with you. They want it their way. They don't want to share the outcome. They don't want to share the control. And if they're not willing to share their control with you, this isn't for you. I do feel like in this situation you're willing to share the control, but you're not willing to give up control. Like, you have to have at least half say. At least half. You know what I mean by that. I don't feel like this is going to work for you. Because I feel like when this person realizes you're not going to back down, and I feel like that's another thing, like, I keep coming back to this card. In the very beginning, if they're not willing to give halfway, don't waste your time. Give them one chance. Tell them, I'm giving you one chance, meet me halfway or forget it. And if they just keep crossing it, they're like, sure, I'll give you 50, and then they take 75. You know what I mean? No. Cut your losses. They're saying you can try as long as you want. It's clearly you have free will, but they're saying they're going to keep trying to take more than they're going to keep trying to take more than they should. You're going to be like, all right, listen, 50, half. They're like, sure, and they're like, 62. Give me 62. They just keep trying to take more. They just keep trying to take more than they should. I'm just getting, it's even if you get them to get down to, like, I don't think they'll do 50-50, but they'll keep trying to up it back over to their way afterwards. Like, even if you, for some reason, at one point get them to do 50-50, if you keep negotiating, give it a month. They're going to start skewing it like 65. Give me 65. Come on, give me 65. Like, no, 50. Like, you're going to have to keep fighting for it. It's just not working. It's not worth it. They keep trying to steal things. This is kind of like the thief card sometimes. It's either, you can have your choice. I don't know if you can have your choice, actually. You don't have to put up with this. I think that's your choice. You can either put up with this for a while and let them keep trying to steal forward, can steal more than they're worth, or you can say no thank you and let them just kind of disappear in the night. Because I don't think they're going to hang out. Sooner or later, this energy is going to disappear. They've got the World card. When they realize they're not going to get what they want from you and they keep having to argue, when they realize that, they're going to cut anyway. They're going to ditch anyway. They're like, all right, this isn't worth it. The Leo's never going to completely give in to me, so forget it. I'm just going to go. And then they're going to leave you out in the cold. They're not going to, like, I'm getting the Four of Swords for them, kind of like they're going to step back and have to think about, like, what they were doing here. But your connection with them is going to go cold, is what I'm getting. And the Four of Swords is a healing card on their side, so what they do with that is their business. I don't see you connected to that, so I'm just getting your interpretation about how that's playing out is just they're leaving you out cold. So yeah, it is a healing card, but you're not going to be a part of that process. I am getting the Star card with the True Love Come to Me. They believe what they believe. They want what they want, and they feel like they're entitled to what they're entitled to. I don't feel like we need to debate that. I just feel like they're trying to put out there that they're going to keep pushing for what they think they deserve. It's not going to match with what you think you deserve. So it's not going to change. This is an energy that's not going to back down, is what I'm also getting. The Star card with the True Love Come to Me is kind of like they believe what they believe, and they feel what they feel, and they're not going to back off. They have a passion behind it where they believe they should get more. For whatever reason, they believe it. I don't feel like it matters what they believe, only because you're not going to change it. They just want you to be aware of it, aware of what you're dealing with. Leo can fight if you want. Obviously, you have the energy to, but they're saying you're not going to get anything out of it. When all's said and done, it's going to be a no. It's going to be the fruitless win. It's just, you could hold it until they disappear if you want, but you're not going to get anything out of it. Your value comes in by moving on. The sooner you move on, the better you can create better things and create more value. It's up to you how long you want to drag this on. Because I feel like there's other things around you that need your help. I do feel like the Tower coming in with the Five of Cups, and I'm just being sure about this, but when this situation ends, there's something else out there that needs your help, that actually needs you. Ironically, it feels like something that's way out of balance, but it's a place where you can make a very big effect, and you can put something in order and actually have control the way you need to fix something. So once you let this energy go, there's something else right after waiting to take its place. I do feel like it's a mess. It feels like a mess, but it's one of those messes where it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of like, if I was to walk into a kitchen and like everything's a mess, like, all right, let's take this down, let's get that washed, let's clean this up, let's put that there, let's organize this. Like, you know what to do with it, and you just get it done. And once it's in line, your energy will keep it in line. So there is something out there waiting for you. All right, so okay, because I was kind of like wincing at this, thinking like, if it's a mess, are you even going to want anything to do with it? But what I'm getting, like when I connect to the Leo energy, like you're not even daunted. You're like, I can handle that. It's kind of like when you see this mess, you're like, I can handle that. It's nothing. And you'll whip it into shape fairly quickly for you. Not everybody would be this successful, by the way. It's a Leo thing. I don't know what that means. They're telling me it's a Leo thing. You're like, yeah, I can fix that. And you'll just put it in order, and you'll make sure that other people stick to the line. Like, hey, don't be leaving that mess over there on that counter. I'm going to throw that pan at you. Is it that harsh? I don't know if you'd actually, I don't know. I'm not even going to judge it, because I'm seeing this thing play out in my mind where you clean up this kitchen, like it's almost like an industrial kitchen. Then somebody else comes back in, like they're going to leave a mess there, and you're like, if you walk away from that mess, I'm going to grab that pan, find you, and hit you with it. So you better clean it up. I'm not saying violence is the answer. I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. Because I'm just saying, like, listen, you better not put this out of order. I worked hard to get it in order, and you're going to keep it there. This is not even hard for you, though. For other people, this would be a headache. For you, you're just like, it's Tuesday. This is the situation waiting for you. That's a situation where I feel like you flourish and you make a lot of bounty there. Things go very abundantly for you there. Because I feel like you're coming into a situation, it's the Five of Cups when you go into it. But you seem to be looking at it in a good way. Because the Five of Cups is almost like a trick card. I sometimes talk about it. Because there's good things there in the Five of Cups. But people usually center on the things that went wrong. Like, typically, I don't know if it's on this card. But there's three people that can be there's people that can be saved here, and there's one person that looks like they're going to stab this person in the back, and it's like, what do I do? How do I fix this? You can maneuver around the situation, kind of like, I'm going to take these 2 cups and I'm going to make the most out of it, and the 3 that are lost, I'm going to clean them out and I'm going to refill them with something else. This is not a problem for you. You look at the 5 of Cups like, yeah, that's okay. That just means I have 3 more cups to put in what I want. I don't care. You do not seem daunted. Not at all. Not at all. So, once you leave this first situation that's just kind of going nowhere, there is another situation. To me, it looks rough, but you're like, that's Tuesday. Then you get to do what you want. Then you get to think things are more bountiful. Things are like, yeah, that's how this should go. Things feel right to you. It's just throwing me right off that this is not even a problem for you. Not in the least. Nope. You don't care fixing it as long as it stays fixed and people listen to you. So that's that. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you want the donation information, that's below as well. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day.